Hello, it's Cami here from the blog Tidbits at tidbits-cami.com. Alright, you've heard me sing my praises for my Berkey water filter, but after receiving some opinionated comments about the Berkey on my videos, I decided I just needed to know. So I have sent 3 samples out to an independent laboratory to test my water. First, directly from the wellhead. Second, after I'd been through our whole house water filtration system and into the kitchen faucet. And lastly, through the Berkey water filter. Now I am going to be completely transparent and share the process and my results, and finally what I think about the Berkey after seeing it all. Now, seeing slightly negative comments on my Berkey videos that I've done really caused me to think. Having my family drink healthy and clean water is super important to me, especially after all that I've learned and researched about what can be potentially harmful to our health in our water sources. But I didn't want to live with a sense of false security, feeling like the Berkey was the answer to all of our problems and delivered my family wonderfully clean water if in fact it wasn't. Additionally, I kind of felt a bit of a moral obligation to actually know if I was recommending something to you that was or wasn't as valuable as I believed it to be. So I decided to do some homework and truly find out for myself what was in our water and just avoid all the controversial articles that were readily available out there about water filters online. I hope this is valuable to you. Definitely stick around for my results and my humble opinion after knowing what I now know. I do apologize, this video might get a little bit on the longer side just to cover everything I want to tell you. If you need to skip, check the clickable timestamps in the description, but I think you'll find digging into my results pretty interesting. Now, if you want to slow it down and dig deeper, I'll be sharing screenshots of my results on my blog for you to look even closer at. And then you can check the link in the description for all those links. Now, first, I want to be very transparent about the company that I decided to use for testing my water. I learned about a few options, but finally decided to reach out to a company called TapScore to help me with this. Now, I told them about our water situation, which you'll see more of as I show you my testing process, but they were super intrigued themselves since our water situation is fairly unique. I want to be sure you know this post is not sponsored by Berkey or TapScore, but after learning what I wanted to do, TapScore actually offered to send me 3 tests so that I could test from each source and better understand what was going on. They were amazing to jump on Zoom calls with me and prepare me for the process and discuss the results. I'm still not a water pro, but I understand it all so much better after having their help. They have amazing customer service. What I think is really awesome about TapScore is they're actually like a middleman, so to speak. So they send the water to independent certified laboratories. So they don't actually test themselves and they don't benefit at all from what your results do or do not say. They just have provided the amazing testing kits, the learning system, and their knowledge to kind of help us know how to test our water and then decipher the complicated lab results and kind of put them into layman's terms, basically, so that we can understand them better. So it's peace of mind to me that I picked a company that's not profiting from any filtration product or swaying the results. So that's a little bit about TapScore. I think they're amazing at helping us understand our water, and I highly recommend looking into them if you want to test your water as well. I did set up an affiliate account with them, and I'll leave a link below if you want to learn more. I will say it's always an option to get your water tested for free, or I think for very minimal charge, through the county or city you live in, I believe. I grew up always helping my mom test our well water frequently and turning it into the county. I believe those tests are a lot more basic and don't quite test as much, but it can give you a really good baseline to go off of to see if you need to do further in-depth testing. So I highly recommend looking into those services for your area as well. TapScore has a lot of testing options. You can kind of click what source you have, whether that's private well or city water, then select a level of testing based on what you're concerned about or what you want to test for. I'll leave a link in the description to the test that I took personally. I like that you can get very specific or general if you're concerned about VOCs, mold, radiation, pesticides, and all sorts of scary things that might be a concern in your area, you can select just those tests. You could also ask them something like, we have 100-year-old pipes, or we live in New York City, what should we test for? That might be helpful for you to just start there. Okay, I want you to see the process I took for testing our water. Now, we have well water, and you might have that as well, or you might be on city water. Regardless, understanding what is coming out of each source and then into your cup or body, I think is very valuable information. So I first wanted to know what was in our well water directly from the wellhead. We knew right away after digging our well that our water had high iron content that affected the taste and smell, and we had to install a whole house green sand water filtration system. And we were pretty sure we had a very hard water, so we installed a water softener as well. But I wanted to actually know if it was dangerous to our health and if the whole house filtration system was actually doing what we were told it would do after paying for a fairly expensive filter. So using the instructions in the tap score kit, I pulled the water from the well in the morning, collecting 2 samples, first from the first draw before any taps had run, and then the second bottle after it had run for 5 minutes. Now, I learned that the first draw is so that they can test if your pipes are contaminating the water, and the fully flushed draw is to discover if it's the water source itself that's contaminated. You can just follow the instructions since tap score makes it so clear and easy to do. Now, after the water samples were gathered, I sent it in with the cold pack that they sent. There was also like a sample dip test that I just took an image of and sent that in so that they could decipher those results. Now, the second source I wanted to draw from was our kitchen faucet. We don't always drink or cook from the Berkey, and quite frankly, I wanted to know what the whole house filtration process was doing and if we even needed the third filtration, which is the Berkey. So I grabbed the needed samples from the kitchen faucet, which is essentially the same water that goes through, the whole house and into the bathroom faucets as well. So the last thing I pulled samples from was the Berkey, in the exact same manner in which we use it to fill our cups and drink from. Next, I filled out the card with all my info. I set up my online account with TapScore, and then just went to the post office and sent all the testing kits in with a prepaid label, and then just waited a couple weeks for the results. Okay, here's where it gets interesting, right? So let's take a look at the results. So I logged onto Simple Lab where I got the testing results. First, let's look at the results from the wellhead. Now, as an overview, you can see that it scored 67 out of 99. The plumbing score is pretty good. The aesthetics are poor, obviously, because it smells terrible and stains everything yellow if we didn't filter it. And the water health isn't super great. The overview also clarifies that they detected elevated lithium in our well water. So I love that they have this overview, but you can still dig further. I'll show you quickly. You can see what the lithium is the highest concern. And what is nice about TapScore is you can then click on any element and learn more about your levels and how exactly it may impact your health if left untreated, or if they're fine where they're at. Now, after reading this, I felt like our levels of lithium were not concerning. This is definitely something extra that you get rather than just using a basic test from your county or area. I wouldn't have a clue personally what healthy levels of anything was in those elements, so these features are really amazing. Now, I can see how much fluoride is naturally in our water, and if your city adds extra fluoride that you're concerned about, you could see the exact levels. I can clearly see from the results that the iron and magnesium levels are elevated, affecting the taste and color. The hardness is ridiculously high in our well water and would definitely affect our plumbing and fixtures over time if not treated. Now, there are a lot of elements and info to digest here, but I was mostly concerned about E. coli and coliform since they actually detected some when they drilled the well, and we had to bleach the well and pipes for that. This process, I was told, is called shucking a well. I'll leave a link to a great article about that from TapScore that I found. Now, I guess that is mainly why I was using the Berkey blindly, because I didn't know if those were gone from our first treatment, so I just assumed it was better safe than sorry. So it was great to see that those were not detected from the wellhead anymore. I will say when I talked to TapScore, they actually said my well water was pretty darn good in comparison to others. Perhaps because it's a fairly new well, and perhaps because we're on 25 acres of virgin land, but it's apparently pretty good levels. But they still recommended testing my private well like once or twice a year because bacteria can return. And since our private water isn't being monitored by any city or company, it's kind of up to us to do so. Now I want to show you one more cool feature inside Simple Lab. You can click on treatment and it will recommend treatments based on your test results with potential cost. It's interesting that they recommended a reverse osmosis system for us, but our local water guy led us to the green sand filtration. He said a reverse osmosis system would work, but was probably overkill. It was more than we needed. So let's take a look and see if it actually works. Okay, here are the results for the water running out of the kitchen sink, which are extremely interesting. The score is actually lower with a 45 out of 99. Now that was a little depressing to see, but they helped walk me through why this might be and calm my concerns. The levels I was particularly interested to see if our green sand filter was actually doing its job was the iron and magnesium. So I can see here that iron wasn't detected at all in the kitchen sink, and magnesium went from a 29.87 ppm to a 0.09. So that was very good to see. The green sand filter definitely helps get the smell and the funky iron taste out of our water and doesn't leave all the fixtures yellow, which we definitely noticed just visually with the difference. I also wanted to know the hardness levels to see if the water softener was doing anything. Now the well levels were in the 200s ppm and the kitchen sink test showed at around 0.6, so huge improvement in hardness. So much better for our skin, our hair, our plumbing, and all of that. Now the sodium is higher due to the softener, and I just don't know if that is a concern or if my levels are concerning, and that's some research that I would like to still do. If you know anything about sodium in water, just let me know. Anyway, so it seemed like all the levels really improved to the kitchen sink, so why such lower scores? And it comes down to this little detection of coliform, which is a bacteria, and I clicked on it to learn a little bit more about it, and I spoke with my hubs and tap score, and we determined it could be detected because we had run water through the pipes in the filtration system before we bleached the well. So perhaps a little remains in the system and needs to still flush itself out. Tap score also said that it could even be the result of bacteria built up on the faucet head. It's pretty harmless, but it was just detected. They felt encouraged because it wasn't in the well water. So whatever was causing the detection is most likely harmless. And I think if we've been using this water for 2 years and haven't gotten sick, I really don't need to worry about it much in our situation. E. coli wasn't detected, so that was reinforcing and good to know. All right, now finally, what happens to my water once it runs through the Berkey filters? Let's take a look. The overall score went to an 87 out of 99, which is much higher than the sink and wellhead. Lithium went from 0.03 to 0.01. Fluoride is about the same because I don't have fluoride filters on my Berkey because, well, we have well water and fluoride isn't added. The hardness went down still a little bit, even more from the kitchen sink, from 0.6 to 0.3. Magnesium from 0.09 to 0.03. Sodium just slightly lower, so it doesn't seem that the Berkey filters out much sodium, so it's just good to know what the Berkey is capable of. It was interesting to note that copper, iron, zinc, and other metals that were detected in the well and the kitchen faucet, even though they appear to be perfectly healthy levels, it was not detected in the Berkey water. Do we need a little bit of those in our water? Something we should all learn, but does the Berkey successfully filter metals out? It appears so from my results. And you can look on the Berkey site and see what elements they claim to be able to filter out. I'll leave a link to that page if you want to look at it. So I was definitely interested in the coliform from the Berkey, and the results say that it was not detected here, even though it was in the kitchen faucet. So that's good. So for the aesthetics of the Berkey water, the concern is that it might taste salty because of the sodium levels. We don't notice it. From the well, the taste was marked with iron and magnesium concerns. The kitchen sink, the aesthetics showed that sodium and chloroform may affect the taste. And compared to the Berkey, sodium is the only concern, albeit a little lower than the kitchen sink. Now again, head to my blog if you want a closer look at these results. All right, is the Berkey worth buying? Would I still recommend it after testing? That was a lot of information, but knowing what I now know, the question, do I still recommend it? Now, this is what I now recommend with my whole heart. It's to test your water. Find out and see what kind of health concerns are in your water and then go from there. You may not need a filter if your water comes back with healthy levels, or you may find you need a much more extensive filter, like a whole house filter like ourselves. Or maybe you have city water and you get it tested and it detects high levels of chlorine or VOCs or fluoride, all that stuff that we don't want to be drinking in high dosage. And your only choice is to get something like a countertop or a faucet or a fridge filter. So basically I'm saying, before you just jump to buy any filter, know what your situation is first, and then start researching what exactly you need filtered out and what filter will do the job. That being said, based on my experience, I still highly recommend the Berkey. I got it first when we were on city water. I didn't know I should test my water and see what was in it, but I knew it was often cloudy and tasted terrible. That's when I got the Berkey, and it 100% improved the taste then. And we still now prefer the clean, yummy taste from the Berkey versus our sink. And maybe it's in my head, but the sink water still tastes a bit metally, so I just prefer drinking out of the Berkey. I can see that it successfully took out any detection of coliform, which I also don't worry too much if my kids are drinking out of the faucet anymore on occasion, and I don't mind cooking with our sink water now that I know what is and isn't in it. I still like how the Berkey looks on your countertop. It makes water drinking more appealing and convenient. It's kind of like having a drinking fountain in the house. I personally love room temperature water. I feel like we all drink more water because of it. So all this in consideration, it's still a win for me. Especially considering emergency preparedness, I feel pretty good trusting that the Berkey would take out harmful elements if our water source was tainted or if we had to drink from a stream or something. Overall, knowing is half the battle, so figure out what's in your water and go from there. I don't recommend spending money needlessly. Be informed and maybe even test your water after you choose to filter it with whatever. And if it doesn't do what the company says it does, ask for a refund with your testing proof. I think that might be a good approach rather than just getting lost in skeptical internet articles and comments. Anyway, thanks a ton for watching. I know it was kind of long, but I hope it was enlightening, as this whole experience has definitely been for me. You can watch my other Berkey videos if you would like. I did one on the reasons why buying a Berkey is a good idea, which haven't changed for me even after testing. So I also did a video on 10 Berkey water filter mistakes to avoid, and all the links to the products I've talked about are below in the description with any coupon codes that might be relevant at the time. All right, I'll be back to share more inspiration for do-it-yourself living. And if you're not already subscribed for my channel, I would absolutely love it for you to do so. I would love to hear your feedback after watching this video, and anything else that you've learned about water and filtering water and water filter products and all of the above. I think it would be a kind of fun and helpful conversation to just keep going. So thanks again for watching, and I will talk to you soon.